First of all, as always, I do appreciate you guys being patient with us. I know you're standing out here in the cold. I greatly appreciate your patience. I did, however, want you to hear this straight from me. Earlier today, our team in investigations and staff services arrested one of our corrections deputies for sexual misconduct with an inmate that took place here at the facility. The individual, Barry Taylor, has been arrested, is being processed. He has been terminated from our agency for his actions, and as I said, he has been arrested and is being prosecuted. We'll work with the state attorney's office to ask for prosecution to the full extent of law allows, and make it very clear that this type of behavior is never tolerated and is considered an insult to the incredible men and women of our agency that took an oath of office to do the right thing and do the right thing each and every day. So as I said, the investigation started just yesterday when we developed information that there was possible evidence of sexual misconduct. Our team immediately started investigating it, conducting interviews of other inmates and deputies. We believe, in fact we're certain, that it was restricted to 2 incidents that took place, and we know that this individual, this deputy, former deputy, was the only one that was involved in it. Not a lot else I can tell you, as it is still an ongoing investigation. I did want you to hear it from me. And I will be very clear that when something like this happens, we are going to police our own. We are going to do the right thing. We're going to be very transparent about it. And this is an unfortunate situation. I can't tell you how much it angers me. As you guys know, the men and women of this agency work hard every day to protect our professionalism, to protect our citizens, and something like this to just take that away. So we wanted to make sure that we answered any questions we possibly could. As I said, I'll be somewhat limited in what I can answer because it is still ongoing, but this is a sad day for someone that took the oath of office and has now violated the trust of not only our citizens, but of his supervisors, his sheriff, and his community. So I'll take any questions.
Sheriff, how did you all become aware of the situation? You said you just learned of it yesterday. How?
We developed the information through other inmates that were there that had became aware of it. And as I said, our agents from our investigative unit did an incredible job at working through this. Obviously, this is something that creates a very tense moment for us, but it's also something that we know if something like this happens, we are going to do the right thing. We are going to make sure that person is arrested and dealt with just like anybody else.
Were any favors involved with this inmate? Obviously, we know it's sexual misconduct. I don't know if there were any allegations that this inmate was getting, if there was some quid pro quo.
Not that we know of at this time. Nothing has indicated that. It seems to have just been the sexual misconduct aspect of it.
Sheriff, any idea if any other of the corrections officers were aware of what was going on?
Actually, there is nothing to indicate that. There is nothing to indicate that anyone knew about this other than the individual himself.
Sheriff, how is this individual able to keep this from the supervisor?
Yeah, part of the investigation is we're still trying to determine exactly how, but he was able to conceal his actions, conceal what was taking place. As I said, it was limited to 2 incidents that took place, both of them which were concealed. No supervisors knew about it. I think the individual has had a very good career with us. He has not been in any trouble, and quite frankly, I think everybody is just as shocked as I am about it.
Sheriff, will the inmate face any further charges above and beyond what the inmate's already in for?
Not at this time. Again, we are working closely with our state attorney, Phil Archer's office, and asking them to look at all aspects of this, but at this time, he is the only one that has been charged, and those are the only charges I anticipate.
Have your investigators interviewed the inmate or talked to the inmate at all?
They have.
And Sheriff, could you tell us, obviously, just given the environment of a jail where this allegedly happened, where would they have even been alone for this?
Yeah, I can't at this time because that is part of some of the restricted stuff. But I will tell you that the individual was able to conceal his actions without anybody knowing it. And again, and I want to be very clear in this. The job of being a corrections deputy or working at a correctional facility is a very tough job. The men and women that come through these doors behind me every day do an incredible service for our community. This is a person issue. This is not a position issue. This is not a policy issue. This is simply an individual that, I can't even say forgot his oath, that this is an individual that dismissed his oath and his pledge to do the right thing, and quite frankly has embarrassed himself and everything he ever stood for.
How long has he been employed with the Sheriff's Department?
He's been employed 5 years.
Where did your investigation go from here? More legwork to do? Or?
They're still just finishing up some statements and just trying to vet out every aspect of it to make sure there are no other incidents. We're very confident at this time that there are not. Again, we want to make sure that the prosecution package we give to the State Attorney's Office is absolutely complete and has every detail in it.
So again, you don't believe that he may have had sexual conduct with any other inmates at this point?
At this point, we do not. In fact, we're relatively certain of that.
Can you tell us this inmate, this particular inmate, what is she serving time for?
I can't tell you that, and I can get that information for you, I believe, but I don't know.
And will he be arrested on a severely charges here on the job or not?
Yeah, our team will work on the processing and determining where housing and everything else will be. Obviously, this is a very tense situation. At this point, our focus is not only on having this employee, as I said, he was immediately terminated, but he is now in our custody and his well-being is our responsibility. So we will make sure that every opportunity is afforded to make sure that he is safe and that nothing can happen to him.
Do you know the exact charges that he's facing?
I believe it's one count. It's a felony count of sexual misconduct.
Do you know if ultimately, and I know you may not have figured this out yet, Sheriff, but will he be housed here at the Brevard County Jail or brought somewhere else?
He will not. He'll be housed with one of our partner agencies in Central Florida. Any other questions pertaining to that?
Did you guys interview him at all in terms of this investigation? Did he look his right not to talk? Or?
Our team did interview him, and I will tell you that he has confessed to his wrongdoing. And as I said, this is an individual that we have not had any other problems with. It's an individual that his actions have shocked everyone, his supervisors, his command team, all of us.